I am now filming on my phone that is standing on my ZZ plant because I lost my memory card and that is so sad. Lately I've been trying to organize myself and the part of it is having a no buy month. Actually I filmed this video before, but later I went on the vacation where I went every day to a restaurant and paid for a big house. I mean a part of it. So this cannot be called no buy month. So I decided to start everything over right when I got back from that vacation. But the reasons why I decided to do the no buy month haven't changed. So I will just copy this footage from the first attempt. First tip that I have for myself, that I decided to have the objective why I'm doing this no buy month. Just no buy month in the sake of no buy month is, I believe, a stupid idea. So my objective is to finally save my emergency fund. That's a shame, but I still, at the age of 23, do not have an emergency fund. But first of all, I want to say what motivated me to start the no buy month, which is my expenses last summer. They got insane. Last month I spent 28,000 hryvnias, which is more than $1,000, like a lot. The part of it was saved during a long time, and this month I bought the phone that I was saving for about a half a year. So this was kind of a planned expense. Without this purchases of the new phone and the microphone, I spent $473. That's insane, actually. Usually I spend like, as you can see, $400 expense every month is not something I can afford. This is why we are starting this no buy. First of all, of course, before you start a no buy month or no buy anything, you need to design the boundaries, basically what you want to stick to. And my no buy month will consist of buying finished products, if I have those. If I run out of some skincare, let's say, I will buy it. Of course, food, emergencies, like, I don't know, we usually don't have emergencies, but of course I have to include it. Medicine, I buy pills every month. Cat expenses, like food, cat food, whatever they need. No buy. What I will not buy this month is eating out or delivery. I will try really hard to do that because I really love food delivery after the week of just insane work hours that you need to hustle and coffee out. This is going to be really hard, but I have the flask that I'm gonna use a lot. I hope so. I really hope. It's so hard. It's September. Like, it's the best time of the year to go out and drink coffee out. Clothes. I've bought recently a lot of clothes, so I probably will not need any more. Plants and decor. I've been into plants recently, so I splurged a lot on that. So let's stop for a month, then we'll continue buying them. Books. Actually, my company offers the company library that can offer books like for some time as library work. I would really love to try this service. I have to take everything that my company offers because I don't really enjoy working here, so I should take everything I can. Expensive food. Yes, this is something that I've been using a lot. Like, I was buying expensive berries like blueberries, salmon or almonds. Also quite expensive. I'll cut on that. Whew, wish me luck in the comments below. Before I start this month, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. I have just had the worst day ever. Oh, it's not ever, of course. It's just a bad day in my life, and I really crave to go to a cafe and buy something delicious like a pie and a cup of really good coffee on oat milk. But this no buy month. We'll see if I buy it. I'll keep you updated. you here. I have just come from grocery shopping and from shopping just in general because I was buying my husband a present. I'll tell about it a little bit later. For now, I would just like to film the update of 20. It's the 20th day of this journey and I've been doing pretty good, especially when my husband is out, or either he's working or now he went to his parents, to his hometown. And when he's not here, I do not spend on food delivery, we don't go out. So mostly my expenses depend on me wanting to spend time with him. And I would just like to tell you some insights of 20 days of my no buy. I can't tell that I was perfect in that. Of course, I had some things that I wanted to spend money on, but generally speaking, I cook a lot more. Like recently, this Tuesday, I cooked the food for 3 days ahead. This was so amazing. I didn't have to worry about it, first of all, and I didn't have to spend money on that, especially knowing that I had to buy some pills, which was necessity. If you remember, probably not, but medicine is a necessity during this no-buy month, so I spent time and money on that. There was a situation, there was a fight actually. We had an argument with my husband. It's not an argument, but we talk. But some talks are really heavy and serious. And after them, I feel so exhausted and sad that I went to a coffee shop just to get distracted from all this mess. I didn't want to stay home with him. And I went to buy some coffee for myself and a piece of pie. I did not regret that, to be honest, because this was much needed. I read a book there, but this was a splurge, I have to say that. And next day we went to a restaurant with my husband because I wanted to make up. I wanted to finally have the final conversation when we come up to something, you know, and we solve the problem eventually. So I decided that if he invites me to a restaurant, I have to go because we have to kind of deal with this problem. And in the restaurant I bought a dish, but that was the day, like, I don't know, that's a coincidence or something. There was a day with a special offer. You can offer a new menu. There was a new menu and you can pay whatever you want for that. So I used it. I am not proud of that because this dish would be probably sold for $7-8, but I only paid $4 in that, and I'm just like, that's enough. Why would you do that if you didn't expect anybody to pay less? So I paid less. It was the only expense that day, so I guess I spent $4 or $5 that day, which is absolutely okay. Then we made up, everything was fine, but what I got from this all, what I understood is that if an expense is connected with my family, my relationships, I'm not counting money there. I am ready to spend time with my family and pay whatever it takes, like for coffees, for restaurants, to spend my time with my husband. I would order food delivery just to spend some time with him, I don't know, eating together, and I really value this. I have this weird feeling after any fight, no matter how this happens and how this is solved, I feel a little bit guilty or a little bit sad because of that happening. I'm like, why do we have a fight? Why? This time around, I want to spend something on my husband. I want to kind of apologize to him, even though there's nothing to apologize for. I want to lock this making up, you know? Fix that. Okay, we had a fight, but we're okay. We love each other. I want to fix this moment by buying a present for him. I bought some pants, which was a splurge, I have to tell you. It was on sale. Let me show you how much this cost. It was $26. Oh god, that was a lot. He doesn't change it if he sees holes in them, and I'm like, look, you've got holes in your pants, please throw them away and buy the new ones. And he's like, I need a draft actually. That's the needed part. I've made those holes myself. Just kidding, but yeah, and I'm super annoyed with that, so I decided to go and buy some present for you. Back to the groceries that I bought. I just want to show you, and I'm really interested to see if the prices here are the same as prices in your country. Please tell me if it differs a lot or not, because I think that in Ukraine everything's cheaper, but I might be deceived with media or something else. I have to take the receipt, I'm sorry. So here's the receipt. Okay, I spent $3.80 US dollars on my food today. Actually, I've been cooking for 2 weeks now and I'm done with cooking. I hate cooking, to be honest. I'm not a good cook, so I paid $3.80 for that, and I bought the lemon. I try to buy things that are damaged a little bit because I know that nobody will buy that, so it will go to the landfill. I would not want that. Nothing bad is happening with it if it has some damages, so I buy this sometimes because nobody will. And some mushrooms. I bought some mushrooms. Olives, they were the last ones. It cost like, let me count. This $80, I guess. I wanted to make an omelet. I bought these eggs that are actually cheaper than usual eggs in package. So I decided it was a good idea to save some money there. And this instant porridge. I also think it's a good idea to buy that because it's cooked really easily and fast. Some spread for bread. That's it. This costs like $3.80. I'm not sure if you have the same prices or not. It's been some time since the challenge of 30 days no buy has finished, and I will now tell you how much time passed after that. I started on the 21st of September and I finished on the 20th, including this day of October. Now it's the 24th, and it's time when I have the time to record and count my results of this month. I'm really glad I tried this month because I had a lot of expenses waiting for me ahead. There are several reasons for that. First of all, I am trying to prepare for a no-buy year. This will be something incredible. It needs a lot of preparation, a lot of analysis, counting, and this month helped me a lot with figuring out what I can, what I can't, what will be my absolutely no buy, what will be needing some amount of money for expenses, I mean what category I still want to buy, and this month was really helpful in terms of that. So if you are aiming on some larger period of no buy, I really suggest you trying some smaller period than that one that you're trying to achieve, to just figure out what you like, what you don't like, what you need, what you don't need, what you can live without, what you can't live without. No buy is really beneficial for your wallet and for your targets, especially if you have some tangible goals while you're doing this, not just accumulating money and that's it. But sometimes we forget about this important thing, which is happiness. There are things that make us happy, and if we do not pay attention to those things, we end up being unhappy, and this can result in stress, anxieties, I don't know, depressive feelings. Okay, I have done the countings. I put this notebook on something wet, so it's all wet now. I think these pages will not be saved. Anyways, what I need is here. The countings are that this month I was just comparing two periods. The last 30 days, like of 30 days of the challenge, and the 30 days before this challenge. I was comparing these two periods in terms of my expenses. I wanted to compare the categories I spent on and how much I spent in total and how much I saved. 30 days challenge finished up with 10,000 hryvnias, which is my local currency, which is $383. This is not the best result. Yes, I had some splurges, like I bought a plant. I couldn't live without a plant. Let me show you. I've been wanting it for a month. I've been sleeping like dreaming about having the mascara elbow, and the only way I could buy it is paying a lot less than the usual cost of it. So I bought just a cutting of it. I couldn't buy it like fully rooted, so yeah, I had to find ways to make everything a lot cheaper. Still had splurges on presents that I bought my husband a present. I found out that having personal time, quality time with my family, no, not my family, my husband, just my husband, is very important to me, so I just cannot deny doing that. Sometimes I could, yes, I refuse to go to a coffee shop a lot of times, but still the amount of money is huge. I'm sad because of that. This month I actually had to renew my refillable hygiene items like shampoo, cleanser, moisturizer and deodorant. This all cost like $50, which is quite a lot, but still I have to buy this. This is like hygiene items. They last me for about 3 months, I guess. I did not refuse to buy this. This would be stupid. My skin would be just full of pimples and breakouts would be every day if I didn't do this, I believe. Or I make myself believe this and I actually do not need this skincare. Maybe I just can use a soap, but I'm not that frugal, to be honest. I quite enjoy having a nice skincare routine, so I would buy this anyway next month or this month or last month, but anyway, I would buy this. This month I had to buy for bills, just the housing bills. Last 30 days my husband paid it, so the amounts are a little bit different. Let's compare, like on food. This month, this 30 days, I spent a little bit more than $100. And last 30 days before this no buy month, I spent less. I think it's because I went on the vacation where I counted everything differently. It's like when I go traveling, I usually count this as a whole category, like everything that I spend there, housing, anything I buy in shops, souvenirs that I never buy actually, food, it's all like goes to the category of travel. So I believe that I spend a lot less on products last month than this month because of that. And also my husband lost a job and actually I have to pay now a little bit more than I usually do, so I think this is also some of the reasons I spent a lot more on food. It was just the usual food. I didn't buy any nuts, any salmon, berries. I totally refused to do that. And when this no buy month finished, I just bought a small pack of almonds because I love them. Super tasty, but I was really happy. You know, it's worth just trying a no buy period, because after that, when you buy a thing, you feel super happy about it because you haven't eaten or like tried it or used it for a month, so you feel like super satisfied having it. If we compare the like coffee shops and unnecessary food like coffee shops, delivery, restaurants, this no buy month I spent 1,142 hryvnias, and the last month I spent 1,889 hryvnias. Clothes. I spent $0 on clothes this month, and I'm not going to spend because last month I spent quite a lot on that because actually I had to renew a little bit my wardrobe and find my style. And in total I spent on clothes last month a lot. 3,898 hryvnias. This is absolutely out of my budget. I couldn't afford it. It was beyond my means, and I do not recommend doing that. I had to actually think a little bit more thoroughly before I spent such a big amount within just a month on clothes. And I didn't like save for it. If I save for a thing and I like spend it once, it's okay, but if I don't save for something and spend such a big amount, that's not okay. I should think about it a little bit more. But you know what? Even though I'm not satisfied with all this month and I saved a little, I will tell you the number in the end of the video, so stay tuned. But I still do not want to punish myself. This gives you like no benefits. This doesn't help at all if you just criticize yourself if you failed at doing something. I just see that, yeah, it didn't go well. Fine, what can I do to do better next month or next year? We'll see. I spent this month on present for my husband, and last month I spent nothing for presents, which is kind of good. I like making presents, and it's not like for me, but it's still like a splurge that I didn't plan, so I don't know how to feel about this. I see that nothing else is super different. Plants, yes. This month I spent only, I'd say, $15 on plants, and last month I spent about 50. Other expenses, they were not super different comparing this month and last month. In total this month, excuse me, this month, as I said, I spent 10,036 hryvnias, and last month I spent 12,368 hryvnias, which makes my saving in total $89. This is actually not what I expected, but it's absolutely my fault. I was not super restricted to myself. How to say that? I was not strict to myself. You know, if I had enough reasons to buy something, I bought it. And this month helped me a lot to understand what actually will be going on in my no-buy year. I think I will try to do this. Actually, I have done the no-buy year in 2020, but it was a lot easier that year. You know why? Because I didn't have a job. I earned like maximum $200 a month, and I didn't have a job for like 4 months last year, so it wasn't really hard for me to not spend because I didn't have money for it. So yeah, and this year that's coming, we'll see how it will go. I will have to really try not to spend on something, but I will definitely make up budgets for something that really makes me happy. I will probably not restrict myself in going out with my husband because I know it's important to me, and I will probably make a budget for my plans. It will be a super small budget, and I will like do some tips for myself or rules for myself. It's super important before a no-buy period. Make a set of rules, you know, that you need to stick to, and I want to make a set of rules that will tell me how much money I can spend on plants. And for example, I'll try trading plants. It's not very common here in Ukraine to trade plants, but probably I can find some communities. I just didn't look for them. But absolutely no clothes. I know that I can live without no clothes. So next year will probably be with no clothes and no objects. Like I can be absolutely okay not buying any objects like for my home decor. Thank you very much for being me on this journey. $89 is actually something, a little something that goes to something else, which is a little something, and then it combines to a frying pan that I'm dreaming about. Because I think I do not cook a lot because I don't have like really good instruments for that, so this will be in my saving list. Yeah, that's it. Have a good day and leave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. I will stop asking you to subscribe as soon as I get monetized. But for now, I'm really hoping you want to see me more in the subscription feed, and leave me a comment if you ever tried to do some no-buy period and how it went. I would be really interested to hear, especially before such a big period without any purchases. So have a good day. Goodbye.